What is up, you guys? Brick Explosion here, and today I'm reviewing Lego set 10352, The Simpsons Krusty Burger. Oh, I'm so excited for this set. It is what am I even saying? I'm too excited to build this set. It has 1,635 pieces, rated for ages 18 plus, and it is an icon set, even though it's a Simpsons set from the Simpsons line. Anyway, it's weird, but as y'all can see, we do have black box art instead of the nice yellow with the blue clouds and sky, or white clouds in the blue sky. Great box art from the original Simpsons sets. But up here, if I angle my camera, we do have the Simpsons logo and then the Krusty Burger logo, along with the Krusty Burger sign. And so yeah, the front of the box shows off, of course, the restaurant, the sign, the car, and all the minifigs spread out in front. And then if we flip this box to the side, you can see the Simpsons logo again, Lego logo, and Homer pulling through the drive-thru. Around the back of the box, and if I move my light, we can see a little bit better. We can see the dimensions of the set. So this set is indeed 24 centimeters long and 23 centimeters high to the top of the sign. Alright, and then you can see the building opened up, all the minifigs inside, showing the details. And then down here, I'm going to try my best to get all of these. You have Homer pulling up to the drive-thru, Homer ordering something, Homer and Bart stealing the grease. Then we have Squeaky Voice Teen working, and a top-down view of the Krusty Burger. And then, this side, you just had the Simpsons logo and the Krusty Burger. Nothing really on the bottom, except there is a 20th television, trademarked and copyrighted 20th television by Matt Growing. So we do have his signature on this box, which is kind of cool. But flipping this box to the top, pull my camera down, you can see the Lego logo, all 7 of your minifigures, and then at the right, it shows you exactly the actual dimensions of Krusty the Clown. Now, there is one thing that I really would have wished that, even if they still didn't do the original Simpsons box art, I still feel like they could have improved this box art by just making the little teal strip at the bottom yellow. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the teal. It looks amazing, but if they had made it yellow, it would have just paid homage to the original 2 Simpsons sets. Now, if you have already bought this set like me, bought it release date, or even bought it either the day or a couple days before this video releases, I'm not sure, but as of today, June 7th, when I'm filming this video, the promo is still going on, in which you could have gotten this Simpsons living room for free, or valuing this at $20, but I'll get into that on my actual review of the promo, which will be a separate video, so go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss that video. But now, without further ado, let's get into the review. Alrighty, guys, I wanted to get the minifigs out of the way so I can just use them in the build. So, let's get into our first minifig in the set, which is Homer Simpson. Now, this is a very similar Homer to what we saw way back in 2014, 2015 in the CMF series. What am I even saying? This is the closest to the 2014 CMF version or the 2015 Quickie Mart version. But of course, he's got that shirt stain. Let me get a pointer. Here we are. He's got this shirt stain here, which is from the Ribwich. That's actually accurate and is in the same, splatter that can be seen in the show. Then he has got a little bit more torso printing with just another line. Great head printing. He does have back printing, which is cool. Of course, dual molded arms. His pants are actually a slightly different color. They're the same legs that are going to be used on Sideshow Bob, but they are not the sand blue legs that were on previous Homer figures. Although these are the legs that were used on the Date Night Homer, which is kind of interesting. we've seen this head before, and unfortunately, since I don't have any other Simpsons minifigs to compare it to, I can't really see if there's any differences, but from what I can tell, it's the same head. As you can see on the top here, there's a couple of hairs, and if you look kind of closely, you can see that they're actually textured. You can feel the two hairs. The back, like, almost Charlie Brown hair is not textured, and you can see his shadow. Really nicely done. His eyes are big, and then you got the pupil prints. Now, unfortunately, what I noticed is that if we look really closely, you can see, oh god, that's a sight. You can see that the printing didn't quite go completely over the eye, about here-ish. So, I noticed that there's just a small little flaw on each of my Simpsons minifigs, and it's typically having to do with the eye head printing. But it's understandable because it's kind of an odd mold. It's fine to me that they would, mess it up a little bit. It's barely even noticeable, but I did want to point it out. Alright, our next minifigure is the troublesome El Barto, or just Bart. I really like his torso. I think it can be used in a lot of different scenarios. It's got the dual molded red and yellow arms. He's got that really amazing slingshot piece that thankfully you do get an extra of in the set, and I'll show you all the extra pieces at the end of the review. He's got that wonderfully sculpted Simpsons head mold, as to be expected. Really nice. The top of his head is kind of textured. You can see what that looks like. It's definitely textured. His legs are triple molded. You got the light blue, yellow, then light blue. So unfortunately, because they're triple molded, they did not use the bendable legs, because I don't think that they figured out how to dual mold those, or triple mold those legs yet. We haven't even gotten any triple molded normal legs. So, it is what it is, and it's fine that his legs don't bend. Would have been nice, but it's okay. It does, make it look a lot more similar to the classic Bart minifigs. Our next minifig is another Simpsons family member, and it is Lisa. She has her saxophone. That is a really nice molded piece. Of course, she's got that really crazy head mold with all the, spikes, I almost want to say. She's got her pearls around her neck, her eyes, the eyelashes. She's got her skirt piece, which whenever I watch, previous Simpsons set reviews, I know that in 2014, 2015, it was a real problem with all the skirts. They were apparently really bad. I'm not sure if it's the same skirt piece or not, or they may have updated it. Once again, I don't have any previous Simpsons minifigs, but I did not have any trouble putting it on. It is a little bit weird to me that it overlaps a little bit back here, but I mean, it still looks pretty fine, and it does cover up the first line of red on her legs. That way, all you can see is the yellow and then the red. But she does also have triple molded legs, and if I actually take her skirt piece off, you can see the triple molded legs. Anyways, our next minifigure is a really great one, a brand new minifig to the series. I should have mentioned also that Homer is indeed exclusive to the set because of the printing. We have the squeaky voice teen. I really like this figure. He's got the green shirt. He's got a little name tag. He does have the sand blue legs that were originally used on Homer back in 2014, 2015. He's got that wonderful, wonderful Simpsons head mold. You can see it all the way around with the hat on it. He also has a mop with that nice, printed mop piece. Not printed. Molded mop piece. It's not, it is separate. Hold up, let me show. There we go. It is a bit separate. I have seen this be used as coral in the ocean line, but I've never gotten an actual mop. You can see he's got I don't think they're pimples, but they might be on the side of his head. Anyways, his teeth are way under there, underneath his jaw. It's pretty funny. He's got the green and yellow dual molded legs, a bit of belt detailing, no printing on the legs, but that is fine. He is a great minifig to have working all around the Krusty Burger. Now, speaking of Krusty Burger employees, we couldn't have a Krusty Burger set without the owner of the establishment, Krusty himself. Now, this is not the normal Krusty that we got back in 2014, and then I think he also appeared in a Dimension set in 2016 or something. I don't know. I have no clue when that was. Anyways, this is, of course, his farmer Krusty outfit from, like, the Nature Burger thing at the Krusty Burger. He's got overalls on, short sleeves with the nice, I guess that's light blue molded with yellow. Plain dark brown, or dark blue legs. He's got a dark brown rake piece. Or pitchfork, that's what, God. Words are not coming to me easily today. Let me zoom in on his face a little bit. Tilt my camera up. There we go. There we go. So, as you can see, it is a different color than the typical yellow. It is a lighter, I want to say, almost like cream colored face. But, as you can see, that face looks really good. He has a nice creepy smile. He's got nice blue hair, and his hat is also molded on there with him. Overall, I think this is a really good minifig and another great one to have working at your Krusty Burger. The next minifig is my personal favorite minifig in this set. We have Officer Lou. Now, he is my favorite only because one of my favorite things in the Simpsons universe is the Simpsons police force. I think they're really cool. And I'm just, in general, a sucker for Lego police stuff. It's what got me into Lego in the first place, essentially. But this minifig looks great. I really love this minifig. Got great police torso with the dual molded arms once again. Every figure except for Lisa has dual molded arms in this set. It's incredible that we can, in one Simpsons set, get 6 minifigs with dual molded arms, but we can't in Star Wars. Anyways, I'm starting to rant. Let's get back to the Simpsons. He has got one of these coffee cup pieces, which is really cool, one of these disposable coffee cups, and it does actually have like a little hole in there. So I suppose if you had, if you want to, you could seal off the bottom, then actually fill it up with water or something. I would definitely not recommend doing it, but it's something that you probably could do. He's got a bit of mustache printing. His eyes look really good. He's got that nice hat molded in with the gold printing on it. I would have liked to see a little bit of leg printing with this minifig, even though none of the minifigs have leg printing. Would have been nice to get like a baton going down his side. And I know Lego is definitely not going to include a gun for him, even though in the Simpsons universe, the guns that they use are kind of the revolvers, and I feel like if they'd included one of these, it would have been pretty fine, but I do understand completely why they didn't. But if you have like a Indiana Jones or a Western set, I'm sure you have a couple extra revolvers lying around that you could give to him. Anyways, really, really great figure. Bit of back printing, as you can see, with the belt, and really like kind of how simple the front or the torso printing is. I really love this minifig. Great minifig. Our next minifig is going to be a very, very insane one that I'm pretty sure a lot of fans were definitely not expecting. We, of course, have Sideshow Bob. He looks absolutely amazing. Has almost the same torso as the Squeaky Voice team, minus the name tag and then the shirts undone. Same legs as Homer, as you can see. He's got a nice printed cream pie piece and that amazing head mold. It's really kind of incredible that we got this figure in the set. I did not expect it, given his serial killer-esque nature. I mean, I'm still in disbelief that Lego made this figure. It's really crazy. It's also kind of hard to get his entire head mold in here, but this thing is giant. I'm pretty sure if I took this off, yeah, I could set it next to him, and it's almost the height of the torso and legs combined. It's really insane, this minifig. Anyways, those are all the minifigs. I know the minifig portion itself took a good little while, but I was really excited about the Simpsons minifigs. Now, let's get on to the actual Krusty Burger. Alrighty, guys, so here is the complete set. Of course, we have all the minifigs once again, and I'll be showing them throughout. We'll get to the two side builds in the form of the Krusty sign and Homer's clown car later, but I do want to primarily just focus on the actual building. Getting a top-down view of this set is not the easiest thing to do on camera, but it is very easy to do on person. You can see this nice roof that has a trap door, so you could have Sideshow Bob, like, messing around up here. You've got a trap door that underneath looks over the kids' ball pit. Now, that is creepy. You've also got a little fan there, and I think the main purpose of this fan is to really help you lift up the set, lift up the roof, and kind of give the idea of where all the smoke from the grill is coming from. And so here is a top-down view of the set. Moving my light around a little bit. You can help you look in there a little bit. But thankfully, this is not the only way to get access to this set. Another really great way to get access to this set is to look at the side that has the meat-like byproduct delivery entrance, the grease trap, and then the menu that you could have Homer's clown car, you know, drive around, drive up to, and he can order. The menu does have some great details that, oh shoot, I will try to get on camera. Here you can see you can order a Krusty Burger for 59 cents. Oh man, that would be some amazing prices. Krusty cheeseburger, 69 cents. I'm not going to read all of them, but all of the above is $39. What an absolute rip-off. If you want to order everything at once, you might as well order everything 3 times over, but having to say each individual item. You can see you got a nice rounded Krusty Burger, a little bit of an idea of a speaker. You do have this Krusty face that I find to be quite weirdly shaped. I think that they'd shorten the head down a little bit, maybe make this a 2x3, not a 2x4. Would have looked a lot better. But the main reason why we are looking at this wall here is not because the menu, is because this wall can split in two, allowing you to open the set up almost like a book, I want to say. It's very similar to the Quickie Mart, but it is a little bit confusing because the door is right here. So I think it probably would have made a bit more sense for this wall to open up. And speaking of this wall, we can see a couple of fun little Simpsons details. We have got El Barto, who strikes again. And it's making me think that we got the Bart minifig. All that we're missing for him now is his signature spray paint can that we got in the Krusty Burger, so he can sign that we got in the Quickie Mart, so he can sign El Barto, but the slingshot is still really nice. We've got vote Sideshow Bob for mayor, or you could vote this broom. So, yeah, cool that we get Sideshow Bob and a Sideshow Bob reference. Over here we have missing. Have you seen this Krusty Burger? Well, I'd assume many people haven't recently because Homer happened to kill him. Spoilers, of course, by the way. If you were clicking on this video not expecting to get spoilers, seriously, it's kind of impossible. I have to share the references. Now, I do want to look at the dining area first so we can get it out of the way. This area is really nice. Here's the ball pit that the trap door up top was looking over. And you could take a minifig like Bart and just drop them down in there. I do find it a little bit annoying because the balls fall out. And whenever they do, they do not like to go back in. But I can remove this section so we could get a better look at all those different ball colors. There we go. Very Easter-like colors. I know that the camera's not... There we go. Very Easter-like colors, I would say. with those real pastel greens and pinks. But yeah, a lot of nice pieces in a bunch of nice colors. In front of the ball pit, you do have 2 seating tables, and for right now, I will remove all these trays, in which you do get 4 different trays in this set that you can mess around with, and you can, change them yourself. Anyways, you do have seating for a couple of minifigs, so you could put Officer Lou, like, sitting here, maybe Krusty's being interrogated by him, and you could have I guess Homer and Marge, if they want to, they could sit here. But there's no Marge, of course. But you can kind of see how that looks. Back there behind the 2 tables, you do have the entry doors, which you can open up and walk figures through. Now, Sideshow Bob won't fit through there because of his crazy hairpiece, but every other minifigure will. You have 2 condiments and a push trash can that looks pretty dirty. I'm assuming that that's ketchup and mayo, although I'm not exactly sure what the blue can is. And then you also have a booth in which you can sit Homer, or you can sit Homer, Bart, and Lisa if you like cram them in there. It is very hard to do since there's no studs, and then Bart and Lisa's legs don't bend, but it is possible. And whenever you do get it in there, it does look pretty good. And then if you want to, you could try and put a tray on the table, but at that point, you're probably going to knock a minifig over. I think the booth is pretty decent, but could have been a little bit bigger. All right, moving over to the kitchen, we have this sign that can move over for play, or not a sign, a menu. And looking at the menu, the best, you know what, let me just take it off. All right. So here's the menu. You have essentially the same stuff that you had on the outside, but then you also have dehydrated milkshakes, cola, and Diet Buzz, and then you get a free slide whistle with the Krusty Kids meal. Oh, that seems like an amazing deal. Now with 5% less fat. Quite funny references in this set, or just funny details. Now, looking at the actual kitchen area itself, you can grab Squeaky Voice Teen, I guess take his mop. He can be working the register. And if you look in the back corner there, you can see this, like, mop bucket and stuff. You can actually take out, and this is what it looks like. You can have him pull it around. It's got a little bit of water in there. But I find that that is a really good place to store his mop, because it will slide in there and it will not interfere with the roof going on. Anyways, back to the actual kitchen. Squeaky Voice Teen has got a lot on his plate because he's got to work the grill and the fryer. And you can take a Krusty Burger and I guess place it on the grill. You've also got a fork back there. Let me zoom in a little bit on this area. You've got, I'm not exactly sure what this area is, but it does have like a clock. You've got a fryer that actually kind of works with one of those Wolverine claw fries. There you go. Over here, you've got an out-of-order ice cream machine. Who would have guessed it? Here's where the menu can swing over. You can kind of see how that works. You've got some more cabinets, and then Krusty Burger Incorporated coleslaw. Best by February of 1994. Yeah, this coleslaw is a good, 20 years old or 30 years old. And then you do have a green rounded tile in there. And then all this storage space is not being used, so you could store whatever you want. I haven't actually tried storing anything in here. And in there, you can store a Krusty Burger, although if you do that, the door will not close all the way. And you could probably store some like fry cups in there, or just some loose fries. Now, down back towards the register area, you can see you have 2 registers, a little area to put trays that are ready to be served out. And then you can also put trays here that are still being worked on to be completed. And you can, there's a jumper there to put Squeaky Voice Teen on. There are the 2 jumpers, and then I guess the kind of rug. Oh, by the way, there's the meat-like byproduct delivery entrance, and then there's a little step down from 2 plates to none. Now, on these 2 cash registers, you can see one of them has $6.15, and that is a reference to the episode Homie the Clown in Season 6, Episode 15. I happened to watch that episode very recently while filming this review, and that is, of course, where the clown car comes from, and a couple of other references. Then the $847.63, you might be thinking, wow, that must have been whenever Homer ordered the 700 Krusty Burgers, but that is not. That is the price that scans in the intro during the first few seasons, whenever Maggie gets swiped on the cashier at the grocery store, and that number is actually the average cost, or the monthly average cost, to raise a child in 1989 when the show was created. So, really cool references here. I'm really glad that they included those. By the way, this little print says, or shoot, I can't even read that. Dedrick Tatum Industrial Grill. And then you've got a little knob that you can turn. Anyways, that is about it for the kitchen. You do have this chimney like I was talking about, but with all of that, we can move into the, I guess you would call this like a drive-thru area. Now, in this area, you do have a Krusty brand notice board, change fryer oil, week something, slide whistle lessons for the kids meal. I guess they weren't selling enough kids meals, they're going to use them themselves. And then unpaid overtime sign up. Yeah, I guess nobody signed up because it's now mandatory. Now, this wall, as you can see, is a little bit off because it's a breakaway wall. And whenever we break it away, we can see the most luxurious bathroom in the world. Getting an overhead view of this bathroom, you can see there's a wonderful lack of toilet paper, overflowing toilets, a hand dryer that probably doesn't work, 2 different color knobs, and then on the mirror, which I can't really get a good angle. You can kind of see it. It says employees must wash hands. And the mirror's cracked. Ah, what a wonderful bathroom. And you can just put this wall back up. It's only on 2 jumpers. It doesn't line up perfectly every time, but it lines up well enough. You've also got a little bathroom door in the nice lavender color. Got the bathroom sign and then an advertisement for the rib witch. Now, turning our attention over here, I have zero clue what this green and red thing is, but I think it's like a squishy machine. That's like the best guess I've got. Really have no clue what that is. If any of y'all know, tell me in the comments below. And then you have the clips that allow it to close up, because this is the section that closes up. Over there you can see you've got Buzz, Diet Buzz, and then Buzz Lemon. But then I feel like the lemon should be there, the Buzz should be there, and then the Diet. Like, I feel like they could have done these colors a little bit better. You do have a microwave again that you can open. You have the next order, which is going to be 700 Krusty Burgers. There's your reference for that. You got the drive-thru window that you can open, and I guess have Homer peeking through, waiting for his food. Oh, Homer's gonna give you nightmares. Anyways, that is essentially the entire interior summed up. I might have missed a reference or 2 in the inside. Y'all can tell me in the comments down below, but I'll get on to the outside and some of the other stuff after I show y'all the 4 trays that are included. So the first tray on it just has 2 standard Krusty Burgers. These are really great builds. There's also a tray that only has 1 Krusty Burger on it. Really great. Now, there is another Krusty Shake included in the clown car, and it's supposed to be Homer's accessory. So if you wanted to, I guess you could put that Krusty Shake on here and just have this be Homer's order. You've got an all-important rib witch, which uses these roller skate pieces. I think the rib witch is really cool. Then you've got a fry basket using the Wolverine claws in a bucket. And here you've got another Krusty Shake and another order of fries. 4 trays that you can interchange throughout the entire restaurant. Very good. Now, after looking at the entire interior, we can close this back up very easily. I do feel like the roof is probably one of the weakest points on the set, as I find it breaks a little bit too easily for my liking. In fact, it's breaking all on me now. You could kind of see how that was breaking on me and how it's attached, but looking from the front point of view, it has the drive-through window where you could, once again, pull up the clown car. It's got a funny broken, I don't know what you call them. You can see there's a sign. Over 12 people ever served at this establishment, open 24 hours. And of course, it has a door frame in the nice lavender color and the door handles. You get a trash can, and weirdly enough, my sticker for the trash can wasn't done all the way, so whenever I try to, push it down like that, it smeared a bunch. So if it looks weird, that's why. I'd be careful whenever using that sticker. Of course, nothing in there. I think that this is supposed to be a trash can, not a mailbox. Here you have an in drive-through sign, so you can just have your clown car go through there. You've got really nice cartoony bushes. I love the way that they did the bushes. Look straight out of The Simpsons. Look great. You also have these 4 lavender windows, and there you can see a little bit better, taking off the roof. You can open all of these windows. They suggest you keep them all closed, but you can open them if you want. Going around the back, I already showed you all this. You have a little vent. Those 2 details. Oh, shoot, the roof's breaking on me again. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, the roof builds are not the best. Then here, you have the grease in which you could pop the clown's car trunk, grab the shovel, open up the trap, and then inside of there, let's see if I can get one. I did. Mission successful. You have 3 of these little trans yellow studs, and those can kind of be set on the shovel, and then you could throw it in the back and close the trunk, drive off. The shovel is stored very nicely here, and I'm going to put that cylinder back. You also don't have to keep the trap open because you can slide it through the mail slot, since it's one of those trash can / mailbox builds. I already showed the menu, and what do you know? We're back where we kind of started. Now, the one thing that I don't really understand is, I understand that this is supposed to be in a parking lot, but Lego's not going to have you build a parking lot for you. So if the in sign is here, right here, and then the drive-through window is here, that's using all 4 sides of the Krusty Burger. And since most fans, including myself, are not going to build a whole parking lot for this thing, I guess that this has to be the side that is facing the road, even though that's not accurate to the show. And then I guess you can drive around, come up to here after you've gotten your food, and then turn back onto the street. And then that's even more confusing whenever we bring in the Krusty Burger sign that, as you can see on the bottom, has an outside. So I guess you'd have to, put that there-ish. That way your cars know not to drive through here, even though it has an in sign, but not to, you could see it would have made a lot more sense if they just moved this in sign here instead. Shoot. There you go. If they had moved to this in sign here, it would have made sense. Okay, don't drive in there. Drive in here, go around, and then come out the front. Right? Makes a lot more sense. Now, taking a look at the Krusty Burger sign, this thing is very tall. Here is Homer compared to it. So, very, very, very tall sign. I'm going to actually detach it so I can show y'all better. Stands pretty simple, I just showed that. But here's the actual sign. It is a bit thick. I'd say this is, I think, like a brick and a plate or something thick, not including the nose. The face looks very accurate, I guess. The burger looks okay. You do get the 2 stickers. Now, these eye stickers, you might be like, oh, brick explosion. You got them so messed up. They're not straight at all. Well, they're really not supposed to be straight. And I'll get into the stickers and some other stuff a little bit later. But you got the Krusty Burger sign, and you can see how that kind of connects in there. And you can just stick it right on top, and it pairs really nicely with the burger joint. Now, taking a look at Homer's clown car, this thing is very cool. You can, of course, take your Homer minifig and sit him right down in there. You can barely fit Lisa and Bart in there. There you go. You can see I fit Lisa, Bart, and Homer in there. Marge, I think, would be a bit harder because she needs those 2 studs, but I didn't have to take anything apart. Would be a little bit easier if you did take these 2 side plates off, but they could not have their accessories, but thankfully the saxophone and the slingshot both fit in this really nice trunk really easily. I really like how the trunk is done. You can see got a decent amount of room in there. I don't know why I opened it again. You've got the tail lights, which look really good. Rear bumper. You got a bit of side sticker detailing. And by the way, you can only have Bart looking out the window because of the shaping of his head. You do have the nice speed hole stickers, the antenna, of course the crumple front bumper, and if I dug down in here, you'd find a little bit of engine detailing, but I'll let you see that for yourself whenever you build this set. At the front, you've got the Krusty Clown kind of like taped on there. It's pretty funny, bow tie sticker, and this thing rolls very nicely. Unfortunately, at the bottom, you will find some large gaps, and I really think that they could have done a little bit better if they had just recolored the original family sedan design, but for what this is, I really love it. But that's also my problem with it. What it is. I think that this vehicle is really cool, but it's also really niche because it only appeared in one episode, season 6, episode 15, Home and Clown. That was a really good episode, but I feel like it would have been so much better to get like Marge's SUV, or I guess maybe another squad car for Officer Lou, even though I don't see them doing that. But there are so many other great vehicles of Springfield that they could have made instead of this one. I'm trying to think of some more iconic ones, but Marge's car would have been really great, and then include Marge in the set. So, really love this build. I do kind of wish that it was a different vehicle, though. Bringing everything back in this set, I think that this set is really amazing. I think it's 100% worth the $210 price tag, and especially whenever we take into account that's everything. The sheer quantity of spare pieces that I just laid down on this table, including a few hidden gems. If I drag everything a bit closer towards the camera, you do have some great colored things, but primarily you get some more great molds, like more fries, more forks, more slingshots. Heck, even a whole nother pole. Like, there's some great spare parts in here, including some nice colored tiles and stuff that are a little bit less interesting, but still very cool. And even with, with those spare parts and just the build, the minifigs, everything, I think this set is really incredible. Definitely worth the $210 price tag. An amazing revival of the Lego Simpsons theme. And it's making me really excited to see what other things. Please give us a Springfield Elementary. Please give us a Town Hall. Please give us a, with the Town Hall, Jebediah Springfield statue. Give us the police station. Give us Ned Flanders' house. Give us the church. Give us Moe's bar. Please, Lego. There's so many more things that you could do with this. It's incredible. Now, here we have the instruction manual. I did kind of already show. But Homer's run in there. Sideshow Bob. God. They're really not trying to hide the fact at all that he's a serial killer. Like, it's really kind of scary. As you can see, there are 262 marvelous pages, and at the beginning, shoot, I don't want to knock over all the minifigs, but it's very hard to hold this thing because it's decently heavy. You do have a lot of excerpts about the Krusty Burger, including this one that's telling about the other two sets. You've got the new Nature Burger, and then there's his commercial, his farm outfit. You've also got some more Simpsons ads in this side. Creativity is on the menu. I understand that y'all can't read this, but yeah, there's the actual Krusty Burger. And so I guess I was right. I guess that side does face the road. So yeah, that's what it looks like in the show. I think LEGO did pretty good, although I do find the fact that they went with clear windows instead of blue a little bit weird, and the fact that they went with these two color tones here and here. I think that it's very odd, especially whenever we just saw from the photo that it really looks all more a kind of like peachy color almost. The two-tone color is really weird, and then how it's only on three sides of the wall. Like, there's some really weird bits to this set. But, in my opinion, the absolute worst part about this set, two whole big sticker sheets. It really sucks. But, there is a silver lining. Because it's the Krusty Burger, run by Krusty the Clown, it's supposed to be crusty, right? I did not really take my time putting on these stickers. If something was crooked, I said screw it. It's a rundown, very badly owned restaurant. Not everything is going to be perfect. Now, I think there are some stickers that are important to get pretty close, like the Krusty Burger sign, stuff on the car, even though not everything on there has to be really good, and some appliance stickers. But for the most part, I really didn't care too much about my sticker placement because it is the Krusty Burger. Anyways, I love this set. I think it is 100% worth the money, especially if you already bought it and got the GWP with it. I have a separate review on the channel of the GWP, and in general, I really think that if you are a Simpsons fan, you got to go buy this set. It's really incredible. I really hope that LEGO does more with the Simpsons theme since it is back, and I really hope that they don't just do this one set and wait like forever again until they make another one. Please, LEGO, keep the Simpsons sets coming. I really have nothing else to say. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like the video, comment your favorite part about this set below, and tell me if you have already bought it, got the GWP, or are going to buy the set, because I would highly recommend it. I will put a link to Lego.com in the description below, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Peace out.